You start it. Sorry. I just read the comments on TikTok and someone's just like, she uses Moses as a prop, and now I should have read those comments. See, I wasn't gonna read comments.
They said that a year ago when we did our first TikTok was that one.
And now I just feel okay. No. Sorry, are you embarrassed?
Oh.
Okay, you sure?
Olam
Okay.
Chadash.
Play it again.
Olam Chadash.
Olam Chadash.
שבו יהיו
שבו יהיו
תחילה שלו
חיים של דרור להווה לי. Oh, that's good. Are you happy with it? Should we do it again?
Yeah, no.
One more?
Does that mean you want to do one more?
I feel like I could have been better on my pitch.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, one more. Okay. But belt it this
but
time,
keep
babe.
both of them, don't edit it out.
Okay. That's your request. Okay. But belt it.
I mean, I never belt.
Okay. Then do what you do, babe.
עולם חדש
עולם חדש
שבו יהיו
שבו יהיו
הילה של אור
חיים של דרור לחווה לי. No kiss on that one? Lo Nasheka? Okay. We'll start the video. Wait, tune into the end of the video to see how we really started that. The part at the Hebrew one where he goes, do you know what I'm talking about?
The beginning?
Okay.
נצא מהארמון, נראה את העולם.
זה בטוח?
כמובן, סמכי עליי.
מה?
את בוטחת בי.
כן. Okay, that's
It's an odd angle of the hand. I like.
Okay, let's sing. Can we sing it now on this? Because that's the intro to this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And can you do it with the karaoke? Sorry. With the karaoke.
Okay, to all the people that think that I'm a prop,
I am not a prop.
I am a prop. What?
Where'd your phone go?
Oh, do you want?
The
I thought you wanted the
karaoke.
lamp. I was looking for the lamp. Okay.
זה בטוח?
נצא מהארמון, נראה את העולם.
זה בטוח?
כמובן, סמכי עליי.
מה?
את בוטחת בי?
כן. Shalom and good evening. You know that's how they start Aladdin? He said shalom.
In the real movie?
Yeah,
Or-
in the cartoon. Shalom and good evening.
Oh, that's funny.
It's funny because it takes place in a fictional Middle Eastern country, but yet they chose to speak Hebrew as their opening line.
Because it's a universal hello.
Right, because I put on TikTok, I was singing A Whole New World in Hebrew, and I was like, in their native language, and like, that's not their native language, and I'm like, well, why did they say shalom at the beginning? Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Today we are dressed as Aladdin and Jasmine because it's Friday in the middle of November. What else would you do?
I thought you were going to say in the Middle East.
No, but fun fact, we're going to tell our engagement story and our love story in these because there's a reason we're Aladdin and Jasmine. Fun fact, I grew up in the Midwest here in the U.S. And you grew up in the Middle East of our country. So we're kind of the same.
Middle, yeah.
The middle ground. He said my Moroccan. I'm actually like 25% Moroccan. I know I thought I was like 14% before, but I'm actually like 25% because I went to go look up to see if I was like anything related to like my dad or my mom, and I honestly think I'm adopted because I don't know what happened or my DNA got switched, but I think I am Moroccan. So you are what? Tanzanian or something?
Tunisia. So it's like in
Tunisia?
Libya, Turkey, and Italy.
Italy. And
That
Israel.
area.
Don't forget Israel.
Well, that's the majority is Israelite.
So we are all, I'm Greek and Moroccan, so I'm kind of also middle.
Yeah, you kind of complete that circle.
Yeah.
Because there's like Greece, Italy, Libya, Morocco, Israel, Turkey. They're all around each other.
And my dad said he's Hungarian, but I don't think I'm Hungarian, so I don't know. But anyways, that's besides the point. No, we are dressed as Aladdin and Jasmine because we're actually getting a bling tiger delivered today, and Blinged Up is doing it, and I was like, oh, I want to take a video because it's like this tiger that I spent literally way too much money on. I would never spend this much money on a tiger anymore. It was like back in the day, and I was just like, oh well, whatever. It was before like we wanted to travel and everything. And before I was responsible, I bought this tiger. It's crazy. It's bedazzled. It's coming. So I thought, well, the tiger is for our Middle Eastern bedroom. Our bedroom is Prince of Egypt inspired, but there's also going to be like flares of Indian and Moroccan and Agrabah. Like I want to kind of have a little bit of a Aladdin Jasmine theme.
I like the Egyptian part.
You don't like the Indian inspired? I thought maybe because we're shopping now at like the temples and stuff like that, we can throw some like elephants in there from the Indian world.
No, it fits. I mean, it all fits together.
Okay. We're gonna be like Aladdin, where we just put all the Middle Eastern countries together to kind of make a story. But yeah, so the reason we were just like this, well, that was the reason. But then I thought, why not do our like love story, engagement story? I see engagement stories all the time, and I feel like we never really talked about our proposal and our engagement. And I thought it's a good time to do it because we're about to get married. So it's been about a year since we've been engaged, and we're about to get married. And honestly, being engaged was the best year of my life. Like I love being engaged. I honestly am like gonna be sad to like not be engaged because it's so much fun. It's like exciting, like looking forward to the wedding. I mean, I guess it's funner to be a wife, but we'll see. I guess we'll see. But yeah, do you want to start with the proposal? We were actually dressed as Jafar and Jasmine, which is just the worst cosplay to be engaged. If we were Aladdin and Jasmine, cool, it's romantic, but we were.
But I think visually it was pretty. Like we were fitting. Like our costume were fitting to each other in the desert.
She's like his slave in that costume in the movie. He like enslaves her as the genie. Like she's literally his like servant.
But maybe we're rewriting the story.
Okay, rewrite the stars. I like that. So we were dressed as. Anyways, sorry. I asked you because you did take care of the proposal. I was completely surprised. So would you like to start?
It was a big surprise, that's for sure.
Was it a big surprise for you?
No, I mean for you too.
Yes.
It's impossible to surprise you. You know what I mean? Because the thing is that I knew that if we do a proposal, I wanted it to be filmed, photographed, like to have a good documentation of it.
Same, yeah, like I would want it, like that's the content.
So that means that have to get like hair, makeup, all those things, have to have a photographer. So if I tell you like, hey, on this day, I want you to have your glam, like hair, makeup, and like you'll know immediately that something is up.
But is it because I do get glam very frequently? I got glam for everything, right?
Yeah, but you never do it because somebody tells you to do it. You know what I mean? Like you do it.
But
that's your work.
I would guess. Like I thought you were gonna do it like New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, or like in the new house. I was like, okay, if he tells me to get glam, like I'll guess. I'll like
Right. So that will ruin the surprise. So I had to find a day that she was glammed to do it on.
And that's the day, because we did 4 music videos prior, by the way.
Yeah, and then the thing is, after this one, there was nothing scheduled, because then it was Christmas. So there was nothing scheduled. That was the last one.
But I was still doing frenemies on Mondays. And you know I get glam. Not that you would do that on frenemies, but like I get glam on Mondays and we usually went out for dinner.
Yeah, but I didn't want, like I wanted to have a costume.
Oh, really? No,
because you get glam, but I don't. And
right.
You're in a costume, but I'm not. This was the one time we were both in costume.
That's so funny.
Like, we were both part of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, think about the pictures. If you're like Jasmine and I'm in a jeans and t-shirt. Or if you're glammed for frenemies and you're just like, normal. You have beautiful hair and makeup, but you look normal. It's like any other proposal.
You wanted me to look crazy?
It's not crazy.
Fun. You wanted me to
look not crazy.
No, it's not. You wanted me to look fun.
I wanted both of us to be in costume, hair and makeup, photographer, videographer, a beautiful location.
And who knew about the proposal? Because Isaiah seemed to know, our photographer, and Glam seemed to know.
Isaiah knew.
Mm-hmm.
Glam, they had an idea that it's happening, but they
didn't know the day.
Well, I didn't know either that if it was going to happen or not. So one step backwards. The whole thing started with me making the ring for you. Mm-hmm. So the first step was to buy a diamond. So we were looking for probably a couple of weeks. So it's like, first it's finding the diamond. So finding the right size, the right quality, and it's just like looking all over for it. So that was a big unknown. I didn't know when we were going to find the diamond. You know what I mean? So it's like it could have taken 2 months, and then it would have been in the new year, or 3 months, and it would have been in like Valentine's or the new house. But it took 2 weeks. Like in 2 weeks, suddenly, and we went through a lot of diamonds until we found this specific one. And when I saw it, I knew that's the one.
Was it cut like this already?
Yeah, because that's the shape, that's the size. You know, like I didn't want anything smaller than that, because it just. And
I always did say, I'm not gonna lie, because obviously you talk about, I think this is everyone talks about getting proposed to. No one just gets engaged, otherwise that'd be like weird if it's like a complete surprise. So you talk about the ring, and we did like talk, like this has been like a dream ring, like, but it was like the one I saw was like literally 15 years ago, and I've never seen like even a replica of this ring, nothing. So like, I really wanted this, and the main thing I said is like I was not expecting to be the exact same carat size. I just said, just get me like a big ring because my fingers are so fat. So the main thing I said was like the size. I was really worried about the size, and then the size of the stone. And like if you go to Cartier and get like a 9 carat, it's like $1 million because it's so clear. So the one thing I said is like it doesn't have to be a name brand, because if you go to like Cartier, if you go to Tiffany's, like they're so expensive. I have like the smallest Tiffany Cartier necklace, and it was like literally like I found out it was like $20,000, and it's so tiny, and I was like, it's better to, we went through someone, well, it's so funny, like I actually knew this person, but then like you ended up going through them, which was, it ended up working out like really well, because he like is a jeweler and he can find custom things. But we went with a custom jeweler because also like no one sells this big of diamond solid unless you go to Cartier, and then you're gonna spend $1 million, which it's kind of crazy, because like it's kind of scary to wear this anyways. We have like, I have replica rings for like just certain occasions, because like it is kind of scary to wear this out. I already had lost like a diamond on it, and we had to get it resized. I don't know. So to wear $1 million ring, I'm already scared enough to wear this, but to wear, obviously you get it insured or whatever, but to wear like $1 million ring would be like, it's also just like not necessary, in my opinion. I mean, if you get $1 million ring, that's cool, but.
Also, I mean, that's just the world we're in. Like we both artists and creative. Like I make my own furniture. I design them. I make them. You know what I mean? Like everything, like we design. These clothes were made for today. Like we design and make stuff.
Custom.
And for me, it's like things are one of a kind. You know?
Yeah.
Like this ring is one of a kind. If you buy it in a store, the next person buys the same ring and the same one. You know, like you'll never walk in the street and find somebody that has the exact same thing.
No, this was definitely like when he says design, it's like we had to find someone to like make the design and like cut the everything, because like everyone's like, okay, well if it's from something you already seen, it's like, but that was like 15 years ago. It's just like our couches, like it was inspired by stuff, but like you make it now because they don't make it anymore, if that makes sense. Because, and also like I'm sure that person's ring, the ring I saw it on from like 15 years ago was probably custom too. So I just
no, but it's not. I mean, that part is just odd, because people like. When you look at things, it's like when you look at a car, they all have 4 wheels and a steering wheel.
Yeah.
Diamond, like engagement rings, they all have a diamond and a ring. And it's like, how many shapes are there? Square, circle, or, you know what I mean? Like the fact that anyone would look at it and try to think that it's originated from something, like there's no other way. Like weddings, there's a groom, there's a bride, he wears a tuxedo, she wears a dress. Like it's like there are only a few options.
Yeah.
And everyone does it. And so I think it's just more people that want to judge. So if they look for judgment, then they're like, oh, I didn't. I'm like, and what's your ring? You know?
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because I do think they made like replicas after this. Like I swear, because I used to love replicas. If you watch me for any time, I always wore fake engagement rings. I loved engagement rings, and I just like loved the idea of like having an engagement ring. And I never seen this one. I always looked for this one. So I think after our ring, I think they started making replicas, and like people saw stuff and like she got on Amazon. By the way, if you get your engagement ring on Amazon, there's like no shame. I don't understand why people shame people for getting rings on Amazon or Etsy. Like I just saw Lisa Schwartz. She just got married, and she got her turquoise ring off Etsy, and I thought it was like so pretty, and she like was obsessed with it. And I'm like, why do people even care anyways? But that's beside the point. But
that's what I mean. That's just like to
don't let someone shame your engagement ring. Like honestly, like
when people have like their happiest day in their life, which is engagement, wedding. If anyone finds something to criticize about it, I'm like, it's more on you because. For us, it's like, that's our happiest day. We love everything about it. And we just, everything is happy. Everything is good about it. Like, it's not your wedding. It's not your life.
For anyone, though, there was this woman that got engaged, and she was, like, so happy. And everyone just, like, crapped on her for having, like, a small wedding ring. Like, you remember that really, like, it was a small diamond. And I was just, like, first of all, like, that could be how they're starting out together. That could be what she likes. Like, you know, you just don't know.
Comfort.
Like, yeah.
Like, some people, it's just what you're comfortable with.
Get you a husband that pulls off your wig hairs for you. No, this was really great. And we just got this back. I just got this resize. because we actually had one made replicated, because I was getting this resized and I used to wear
So
the
no
thing.
more.
I know, because everyone's like, what's that
So
thing
funny.
behind it? Everyone thought that was like
We had
a
this thing
sheet.
that adjusts it.
It was
and-
great. That was Amazon.
Yeah, those ring adjusters are really amazing.
'Cause it was
And
a size
that thing,
9.
That thing is clear, but then with the tanning lotion and other things,
It gets dirty.
And then people are like, "Oh my god, the ring is it's not real gold. It's
Yeah. Or they were seeing it through the diamond or something like that. And now it's a size 8. It was a size 9. Let me just show a close up of the ring since we're talking so much about it. But this was a size 9, and we got it resized for a size 8, which is my lucky number. And actually Moses's ring is a size 8 as well. But it got cleaned, so he cleaned at the bottom because yeah, it does. With tanning and lotion, you can see my hands are tan. It just rubs off. So yeah, but this is it, and now it fits. So it's very exciting. It's beautiful.
The ring is amazing. I mean, when I saw it the first time, I was on the floor. It was just,
I was too.
I couldn't believe.
I was literally on the floor. We just paused to do a thumbnail because I wanted to take this off real quick because it's like sliding. But can you just show the prop you were holding up? I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna make the thumbnail, but I was like this, and then all of a sudden Moses has this little prop down there. I was like, what? Oh, okay. I feel like a bride now. Show your prop. It was so cute and so random.
I stole it.
No, you actually got that for me. You were like, where were you? Oh, you were like in a Moroccan
Yeah.
place.
It's a place that makes. They have all the Moroccan like designs and furniture and lamps and things, and they just had this beautiful lamp, and I had to get it for you because I knew how much.
Did you know it was Aladdin?
Yeah, it's the exact same lamp.
Oh. Fun fact, Moses had never seen Aladdin before we met. He never saw the cartoon version or the live action, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Was it not in, did you not have it growing up? I guess maybe you wouldn't have watched it as a boy. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess the cartoon, no.
That's
I didn't
crazy.
see it. And then the live action, yeah.
So I would think it'd be, like, not to be appropriating, but I would think it'd be popular over there because it originates in the Middle East. Like, I feel like a Middle Eastern princess was a big deal in the 90s.
I guess Israel is different in that way. Like it's not, and I don't know. It's not like there's Middle Eastern cultures that are not necessarily related to Israel.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's a
Yeah.
bit more.
Well, they did say shalom in it, so. So it's not quite the Zohan. Back to our engagement ring, our ring. I'm obsessed with this ring, and the wedding ring is coming soon, and I'm very excited. I haven't actually seen that yet, and that's something he did design because I don't think the girl that I saw wearing this, I don't think she ever got married. So I've never seen a wedding ring to go with this, and I think it is kind of complicated. People keep asking like, what kind? I'm like, I don't even know, but
because the band has to fit the shape of the ring. So
yeah.
I think I'm getting it today. Can't wait to see that.
And then I think I'm getting yours next week.
I think so.
It's
We
really
could
exciting.
do-
I'm excited to see his too because I feel like when we first started talking about it, you were like, I'll just wear a black rubber band or something, and now it's like really cool. So I'm really excited. Anyways, back to our love story. Yeah, when I saw the ring too, I was like, whoo.
So once I got the diamond, we made the ring, and then it's like, and it's crazy because you have this like piece of, you know, a diamond being shipped from one place to another to be made a ring, and you're like, it's nerve-wracking because anywhere on the road, you know, something can happen, or somebody gets robbed, or somebody loses it, or whatever. So it's like, because it's so much like to put into one thing. And then the ring was ready the morning of the shoot, the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And that morning, like 6 a.m., I drove out to pick it up. So that's why I didn't know if it's going to happen. I didn't know if the ring would be ready on time, if I'll be able to pick it up on time. So I went, picked it up, came back home, and then somebody told me, like, the minute you'll have the ring, you won't be able to wait. Like, you'll just want to do it. Like, and I felt that. The minute I had the ring, I just wanted to, like, pop the question, show you the ring, and I just couldn't wait to see your face when you see the ring.
Oh my god.
And then, so then we had the long drive. It's just the other reason why we didn't know if it's going to happen or not. Going to the sand dunes, it can be really windy. Like really windy,
I didn't think about
really
that.
crazy. Like you just don't know if the conditions are going to be right, if we're going to find the right spot, if it's going to be... So that's the other reason why I didn't know if it's going to actually happen or not.
And I just wanted to take cute little pictures at the bottom of the sand dunes, and then he's like trying to push my ass up there like 90 Day Fiance, and I was like, let's go to the top, because then you'll see the other ones behind us. And I was like, it doesn't matter, it's just a photo shoot. Like, these photos are just gonna go on my Instagram, which got deleted days later anyway, so I was like, it doesn't even matter. And then we did get up there, you kind of pushed up, and then you actually because the sand dunes are so interesting because there's like ATVs there, which I didn't know. I always thought people just go there to shoot pictures. I had no idea there was like ATVs running. So like I also thought we were gonna die. So I was like constantly nervous because we didn't have a flag. Someone's like, you guys should really have a flag because people can just like jump on over these things. So I was like nervous the whole time. It was an issue with like our photographer got like stopped by like one of the state troopers.
So that's another part of this, the whole story. So we arrived there and we drove in and parked and waited for the photographer.
In a pink SUV, so they obviously saw us come in.
And the photographer usually there's a music video, so there's a big production, and then he shows up to do a photo shoot in that.
Mm-hmm.
So he thought it'd be easy to find us if he stops at the Ranger and asks, where's the photo shoot? You know, where's the production?
Where's the production, yeah.
So apparently the sand dunes, they're very sensitive to that, and you gotta get a permit and all those things, which of course, if you do a big production, but we weren't. So suddenly we see the photographer driving and behind him a Ranger with his lights on.
Oh my God.
And the agent comes over and I'm like, oh man, something is wrong. So I walk to the Ranger and he's like, you guys are not filming here today. And I was like, wait, what? We're just doing the pictures for ourselves. And he's like, no, I heard all those tricks and all those things. He told me already, there's a photo shoot, there's a crew, there's a thing. Not happening. You don't have a permit, you're not. And he was very like mean. Like he was like mean, short. He was just like, this is not happening. I don't care what. I heard it all. And then I was just like, oh man, like this is something, like I have to resolve this somehow. And I
hate getting in trouble. Like the fact that like he even came up to us, like I was like, let's just leave. Like I was, at that time I wasn't meditating. I was getting pissed about everything. I was like, why did my photographer stop? Why did they stop? Why are we in this pink truck? Why are we in the sand dunes? Like I was like so upset. I was like, I didn't like my hair and makeup that day. I was way too tan for myself. Like I don't know. I was just like not really in the best. I slept the whole way. Although we did get to listen to My Chemical Romance on the way up the entire way, which was really cool. But yes.
So I went to him and I said, look, I know what it looks like and I understand why. But the reason it looks like this and the reason all this is happening is because I'm proposing to her. Mm-hmm. We're not doing this for any, like this is not a photo shoot, commercial photo shoot. We're not promoting anything. There's not a commercial, because that's what usually happens. And I was like, I'm proposing to her. That's why we're here. It's a surprise for her. That's why the photographer didn't know. That's why she doesn't know. That's what you heard. So he was like getting softer for a second. And then I thought, you know what? I have the ring in the car. If I go get the ring and show you, will you let us do it? And he was like, get the ring. He was like, so I ran, you remember, I went to the car, I showed up in the car, grabbed my bag, I ran back there, and I showed him the ring. And then he said, look, if you lie to me, and he took all of my information, everything, my driver license, address, everything he took. If I see this online as a commercial for a product, we're gonna prosecute, So I was like, sure, no problem. There's all the information, everything is like, okay. But once he saw the ring, he was just like, you should have seen his face. He changed, then he became nice, he became very helpful, and it was like a turning point. And then I knew, okay, this is happening.
That is so funny.
This is actually happening. Because I didn't want to ruin the surprise, That's why I stayed with the officer in his car. I didn't come, I kept him away. And
it's so Aladdin themed too, to be in the sand dunes and getting a diamond ring, because he calls them a diamond in the rough. Like the diamond in the rough is the one that gets to go get the lamp. So like the fact that we were like literally a diamond, because like at one point you like dropped the ring too. Like you dropped the ring in the sand.
So when we found a good spot, we started, so the road, like you drive at the road and then you see just one dune. But once you go up to the dunes, you see all the sand dunes. And she didn't know that. Like, I've been in those places before. That's why I was like, we have to go up there. You have to see the view.
I did not want to walk up.
Then you really see that view of the dunes. And not just like a little bit of sand.
I also kind of get embarrassed being in costumes in public. Like, I love being in costumes at home. But like in public, I get a little embarrassed. And there was so many like, not in a bad way, but just like Trump supporters up there. So there were just these like conservative people like blasting country music. And I'm just like, we look like, and they were like ATV. We'll get through this. But yeah, it was just like, I also just was like, I think there was like people that like recognized us. Well, there were, they came up to me, to us. And I don't know, I just feel like embarrassed. And then the ATV people, and I'm just like, I just did not want to even walk up. I felt fat. I was like, this is just not it. I was not feeling it. Because sometimes I do also photo shoots where I think they're a good idea, and then I'm like, this wasn't a good idea. I don't know. I just like wasn't feeling it. But I was like, let's get up there. So I was like,
it was a good idea.
I barely got up there. My little chunky ass. Just making sure they could be able to walk up there, and at least they had comfortable shoes. Like, oh my god, that would have been awful if I would have like hit heels or something. But
And then that morning also, so after I picked up the ring downtown, I drove back to your house, and on the way there I called your dad.
which I didn't know. That was crazy. That's how you started the proposal too. You're like, I talked to
Yeah.
your dad this morning. I was like,
Because I wanted her to know that he knows, and we talked,
Aw.
and he gave his blessing, and he was
that's
happy about it.
so nice. But honestly, like I wouldn't have even thought about that because I'm like, oh, whatever. Who cares what he thinks? But like that was really well. The fact that you did that was really nice because the other thing is my dad's only met like 2 people I've dated only on one occasion, like usually a holiday, and then they never meet that person again. But like at this point, we had been with them a lot of times, and they get along really well. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like my dad doesn't like talk to people like this, so it was just like really, really good. And then when you said that, I was like, oh, that's like I just know my dad would be happy, and I was just like, and then I was happy, and I just felt like
Yeah.
full circle.
So you
I was
definitely
just
get a
shocked.
blessing.
Yeah, I was like, wow. And you actually talked to my sister too, like a couple weeks before, and told her because my sister's like, when he told me, I cried. Like I thought I was getting proposed. Like just as like she'd be so happy as if she was getting proposed. Is what she meant. And because at that time, like they were at this like weird thing. My sister, you know, it's always that weird thing. She's like, I don't know if I like it, blah blah. But then like she started crying, and I don't know. It wasn't even anything. It was just like. Is that for the
Then-
story? I don't know. But now they're great. Now they play Pokemon Go. Like they just be talking and doing everything together. Not that you guys ever had a tip. I don't know. That maybe was a weird part. It doesn't. Whatever.
And then we were on a photo shoot. I don't remember which video it was. The Christmas one. No, that was before. So there was one photo shoot, if you remember, COVID Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember you had like a note where you were writing your wishes for gifts from Santa or
Oh
something.
yeah. And
So there was one of them was,
proposal.
yeah, she just wrote like a proposal.
How did you see it? Because it was like so far
So
away.
the photographer, Nick,
Mm-hmm.
so the photographer suddenly calls me and he's like, check this out. He shows me the card. And I also kept it. I have
Did
it.
he knew you were gonna propose?
No, but he was like, kind of telling me
I love him.
check it out. So I saw that
Aw.
proposal. That was one of the.
But did you already know that you were going to, or no?
Yeah, I just didn't know when. I think at that time we were looking for the diamond.
When did you call and say like, I need this engagement ring? I need to start working on this engagement ring to our person that made the ring. Like when was? Do you remember?
Around that time, so somewhere in November.
Well, but
End
we
of
shot that in
November.
December, so
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So we were looking for the diamond. I'm just not good with the timing of things.
like Thanksgiving or
So-
before or after Thanksgiving?
No, after Thanksgiving.
Oh wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
fast then.
That's what I said. It took 2 weeks. That sounds like okay. I guess it's happening. Like I didn't know it's gonna take 2 months or 2 weeks. It just happened so fast. So then he showed me that you wrote proposal, and then so he's been always like kind of a little bit in the know, and always like.
Oh.
So now in the photo shoot we just did, he was just like, "Can't believe it, the wedding." I remember that day.
Oh, did he say
Yeah.
it? Oh yeah, he's coming to our wedding too.
And then so
It's so fast, I know.
So that shoot I showed Ari and Angel. I think it's the next shoot. Then we had the ring design, and I showed them,
Oh.
and they were shocked. They were just like also in tears.
Because I think we got engaged like the day after. Because we did like 4 music videos in December, and then like we did a 2-day shoot, and then right after the 2-day shoot, we were going to the sand dunes to do this shoot because it's December, and I was just like, whatever, let's do content. And oh, that's so crazy that everyone knew. Because like I just did it for a number of reasons. Like obviously, I kept saying like I wanted to get married, but I did not think because one, we had just come off of like we didn't know if we were gonna even stay together or not. But then we also just got the house, so the house is kind of like. Oh, it's kind of like, I guess we'll stay together. It's kind of like the baby, I guess. It was like, oh, well, now we'll stay together. Not that we weren't going to, but like, we got the house. So I was like, well, this is happening. So then I thought, well, that's all we put all our money into it and stuff like that together. So I was just like, that probably won't happen. And then I was like, well, New Year's Eve, it was COVID. Like, we couldn't see our family on Christmas. So I didn't think it was going to be a Christmas thing because we were just going to sit at home on TV. New Year's Eve, we sat at home and watched TV. I thought maybe Valentine's Day, but maybe the our 1 year anniversary because it'll be a couple months after we moved in to the house. But I was definitely shocked, and I definitely did not expect this at all. just because it is so extravagant. Like that was my Christmas present this year or last year, and like our wedding rings will be our Christmas present to each other this year, which is great. Honestly, I'm not complaining about that because
we give each other gifts all the time, so it's like
that's true. And I feel like but we haven't had like a Christmas where we're like not getting engaged or married. Maybe next year will be a baby. Like I feel like
right.
Christmas, but it's good because it's a very magical time. Like I think the holidays are really fun, and I think most people expect proposals around holidays. Again, I didn't expect it, but we're also older. Like we dated 9 months. Well, technically we're only dating like 4 months.
We met in March.
Well, we met in March, had a turbulent friendship, I guess you could call it, for like a few months, and then actual dating was only a few months. But I do think it is one of those things when you just know, like every day I'm just like, I never get sick of you. And I think I got sick of you at the beginning, and I'm sure you got sick of me or like just thought I was annoying or whatever. But like at the beginning, it definitely would be like, but now I'm like, I'm never annoyed with you. I like when we go to bed, I'm like, I love going to bed with you every night. I love waking up with you every night. Like it's just. I think our relationship just gets better and better every day. I think
that's true.
So yeah, I don't know. I think also too, like, by the way, anyways, I was telling Glam today. They asked her age, and they had no idea that you were. I mean, people know 44. That you were 44. They're like, he looks so good for his age. Like, no one thinks you're 44, and I think that too. I don't think we're ever that much of an age difference because I think we look so like similar age. You literally look really good for your age. You look very. It's your calmness and your meditation. Anyways, yeah, because we're older, I'm 33, he's 44, neither one of us have kids, and we're just like, it just makes sense. I mean, we bought a house together, like, that's why I never understand when people want to get married and the other person doesn't, but they have like a baby and a house together. I'm like, you might as just well do it, like.
Yeah, it's probably just some traumatic,
That's true, I guess. They don't.
With their parents or something. Yeah. So then we were on the sand dunes. And sadly, all those ATVs started like, like they jump off those dunes. And so we had to step up all the way to the ridge so they can see us, so they don't like jump over a ridge and then hit us. So we went all the way to the top and we started taking some photos, just the reason we were there. And so I had the ring hidden in my belt, but it wasn't like really a belt, it's some kind of a scarf. So the ring was hidden there. And then like we're carrying stuff and I'm carrying you. And suddenly I'm like, where is it? Oh shit. And I look back and I see it, the box. I'm like making sure that she doesn't see it. And there's a video of it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I just like swoosh down, pick it up. And like, nothing happened.
I know, but at that point I knew something was weird. Like you were being weird and something happened. And then I was like, okay, then you were actually being like nervous, which I feel like, I don't know if you actually were, but like you were being like weird. And I was just like, this feels weird now. This feels like awkward, the whole photo shoot or whatever.
No, I think you were kind of like not into it, and then I was
definitely
like,
not.
Man.
I was so over it.
Like I was trying to kind of like turn the energy towards something.
So then you just did it. Then you just like went down on a knee. And I was like, oh.
So I felt like we took the photos, and then I felt like okay, we can like stabilize into this. Like just.
No, the photos before did feel so awkward. I just felt like we were so awkward. I was like, this is not like a good photo thing.
I'm just checking today.
Okay. Yeah, we're expecting our
waiting
tiger
for
delivery. Yeah, for a tiger.
You're expecting a baby. Tiger.
Baby shawarma.
Let's see, and then
we got engaged.
And then I went down to me, said a few words. It was pretty loud. I wish it was more quiet around us.
Oh my god, I know, right when it started, and I was like, no.
Yeah, we almost like paused for a second just to let them drive by. And then
you were fast.
Your reaction though, because honestly, like we were like out there.
Yeah.
Sun, wind, dunes, people, ATVs, almost getting killed. And once I opened the box and she saw the ring, that was it.
Yeah.
There was nothing much more to say. It was almost like that.
That was the happiest day of my life. I honestly was just so shocked and so happy. And I still am when I think about it. Sometimes I have to like really remember like, oh my god, somebody like wants to marry me. Like this is crazy.
That's why I love the photos and videos, because like your reaction was priceless. She was really surprised. She was really happy. It was real, genuine.
Yeah. The ring, I mean, like I'm telling you guys, like I've loved this ring since I was 13 years old, and I was just like, Oh my god! And the fact that it fit, because my chubby fingers, I kept like worried about it. I mean, obviously it was like a little big, but like that was better than it not fitting. My biggest thing was always like not getting it one big enough, and then like I don't know, it felt so. I was like, this does not feel like it's happening to me. I feel like that's how I'm gonna feel on my wedding too. I feel like I'm just gonna be like, this doesn't feel real. Like it does not feel real right now. Even like we're doing it, and I'm just like, I don't know, it's so crazy.
I'm the same way until it actually happens.
Yeah,
it doesn't really register.
Well, I was just saying that yesterday too. I was like, I never even like lived with someone before Moses, and I'm like, sometimes it's like weird to me. I'm like, this is so crazy. Like, we're just like stuck together forever
in our beautiful house.
No, I mean, I'm so happy and so lucky, but it's just so crazy. I don't know. There's something. Let me know if you guys feel that. You could be married with kids. I feel like I could be married with kids, and I'd be like Drew Barrymore in 50 First Dates, where I wake up every morning and be like, oh my god, like, am I like, do I have kids? Am I married? Like, that's how I feel every day. Like, I feel that so much. I feel like a little something calmer, but there's some days I wake up and I'm like, oh god. Like,
I'm gonna make you some tapes and photos and journals.
That's how I
when
feel.
you wake up, you can do like, this is Moses. We got engaged on this day. We had 3 kids. We did this. We did that.
Well, yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, oh my god. That's how I feel like, I don't know if you're, like, maybe I'm the only one, but if you're someone who feels this way, like, let me know too, because I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't feel old enough. I sometimes still feel like a child. I feel like I'm 12 sometimes. So sometimes I don't feel old enough to like have all these things, but at the same time, like, I don't know.
Life. One day you kind of like settle into yourself.
I don't know if that ever is, because it just always seems so weird. I'm just like, oh my god, like this. I don't know. Chaim is life, right? Because you said
Chaim.
life. Chaim Shelley.
Chaim Shelley. And then we drove to.
It's a long engagement story. Like, hey, you've already got engaged now.
No, but then we went to this hotel. There was nothing around the sand dunes. Like, there's literally nothing around it. And we drove to this like nearby hotel.
It was like a courtyard.
It was like really simple. Is that the name of it?
I think Courtyard Marriott, maybe.
That was like a longer name, but it was like very simple. It was a nice room, but it was just like there's nothing around, nowhere to go, nothing to do, which was nice because all we wanted to do and all we did was just call family members, call friends, let them know, send pictures.
We got to go back to the hotel. Like, there was something so special about the hotel, and then we got that pizza, and we just sat on the little couch, and I don't know, it just felt so much fun in the sand dunes too. Like, I want to go back this year, like in our married outfits, and be like, you know, we got married, and like just, I don't know, it was such a fun. And the sky was so pretty. It was like purple, and then we stayed at that little hotel.
Yeah, we literally drove out of the sand dunes into the sunset. It was like this long, long road, and the sunset in front of us.
And we called everybody, and it was very exciting. I was just like, I felt like a dream, and it was really cool. Honestly, like, I love it. Like, I look at the TikTok proposals, like the marry me signs and the water, and I think they're so pretty, and people's family around, I think it's pretty, but I do feel like ours is unique, and it was COVID, so we couldn't have like people around, and it's definitely like different, and it's definitely a story, but it's great because we always have an Aladdin Jasmine theme. We went to Disneyland on like around Halloween time, and there was a couple sitting next to us at the parade, and they're like, we come every year because it's like he proposed to her, remember, he like proposed to her or something at Disneyland, so that's like their Disney connection, and or they went on their honeymoon there or something, and I was like, well, we have a Disneyland connection. He proposed to me as well, I say Aladdin and Jasmine to people because if we say Jafar and Jasmine, people are like, why?
No, but I'm Aladdin. I was just happy to be. I was Aladdin dressed as Jafar.
Okay. And then he had like a Scorpio.
I didn't even think about it as Jafar. Like, I didn't really.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be after, but because Aladdin never wore the black and the red outfit, that was Jafar's outfit.
Yeah, but for me, black and red, that's like my colors, Scorpio colors.
Does Jafar mean anything in?
Maybe in Arabic. Jafar.
Isn't there? But the town in Israel is Jaffa, right?
Jaffa.
What's that mean?
Yafo. I don't know. It doesn't have.
You
like,
just
it's a
make up
name.
words. Yafo.
In Hebrew.
Oh, it's Yafo.
Mm-hmm.
What's it mean?
Nothing. Yafo. It's similar to the word Yafeh, like beautiful, but Jaffa, Yafo. I should look into it. But it has nothing to do with Jafar.
Well, I'm sure it means something because Aladdin named it. Like, what didn't you say? Aladdin means something. You say it differently. How do you say it?
Aladdin.
No, now you're saying it like me. You used to say like Aladdin.
Well, in English or in Hebrew, it's Aladdin. Aladdin. In Hebrew.
Maybe, yeah. I always thought you said it differently.
But I don't know, Jafar. I'm trying to think. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay. You know, the end of the Aladdin movie, they did like a Bollywood dance sequence. That's why I think they really took like inspiration from like everything, because that was very like Bollywood and Hindi.
Just like us. We're very Bollywood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we are. I'm very everything. I love all of it. So that was our engagement. I feel like that wasn't very romantic. I know people like really just love to judge our relationship, which is like so ironic because like that's the happiest I've ever been, but I get it. I guess we're kind of just awkward on camera, maybe.
I don't know. I think it's just some people look for something.
You're so different in real life. Like, I mean, just in general, I feel like you're so different than how, even when I met like your friends, not that you're like a different person, but it's just like you are there's so many layers to you.
I have different facades, yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of,
it's almost like
facades isn't good. Facades is like many faces. You just have different, you have layers to you.
It's the same thing. But in Japanese culture, there's like the formal, semi-formal, and non-formal. And we even do it in architecture and all that. So I feel like I have that. But only with you, I'm the not formal. Then there's us outside, it's semi-formal. And then with other people, it's the formal.
You can be pretty goofy though around like my mom and sister too. They're like sometimes you're like really funny.
But that's family. Like,
yeah. I love the goofy you, the silly goofy you. We were just saying in the car the other day, like, sometimes you have to go against your type, not necessarily physical type, whatever, like, but like just like people. You wouldn't know what you said. I was like, oh damn, it was the first time you ever said it. And we were in the car driving home, and I was like, yeah, you're not really, you were like my type, whatever, blah blah blah. And then you're like, well, you weren't mine either. And I was like, well, what's your type? And he's like, well, I just never thought I'd be into someone that buys Birkins and has breast implants. I was like, that's so random.
I was just trying to go.
That's the first time I heard that.
Extreme, what's the extreme side of it?
Like a material side of. Right? Is that what you're trying to say? I don't even know what you're trying to say, but I was like, oh, okay, damn.
Yeah, just like, I don't know, it's like if you'll say, I was never into a guy that's into sports and muscle cars. You know what I mean? Like, there's very, like, just to make it very stereotypical.
Okay, I got it, yeah. I was like, wow. I mean, I love it. That was great, but, yeah, and mine wasn't even about, like, you. It was just more of, like, I don't know how to describe you. I honestly don't even know how to describe you, but I just never dated someone like you, so I was like, I don't know what this is. Because when I first met him, he was just so serious. I always say that. I'm like, so serious. I just was like, what? Like, but you were smart, so I was like, okay. And you were nice to me. And the big thing is he drove to see me, so I felt like, oh, wow, this person's really into me. Not only does he drive to see me, he spends the night. Most people are like, come to me and leave by 2 a.m. I'm like, okay. You picked me up when I needed you. So there's a lot of good qualities there. But I said I really fell in love. After we started dating, he had a facial appointment like 20 minutes away in like an area that's like really hard to park and stuff like that. And he's like, I'll drive you. And he drove there and waited for me. And I was just like, oh my God. And then took me home. And I was like, well, and then we got French fries at the Israeli place. And then he got me like a Star of David like presents. And I was just like, oh my God, this is like the perfect person ever. I mean, that's like falling in love right there. I was like, wow, you want to just drive me and like be with me? Like, that's crazy. Which, by the way, the person I went with, her husband also drove her. So before anyone's like, oh my God, the assistant started. But like, she had her husband did the same thing. He like waited for her. Some people are just nice. Some people are just, they want to be with their spouses.
Some people enjoy spending time together.
You did that yesterday. You came over. It was a long day. You had just made tea. It was like 7 o'clock. And I had some energy. And I was like, let me just hang out some Fashion Nova clothes. And he came over and started hanging them up, but I knew you were just like wanting to listen to crypto and just relax. I'm like, you go relax, and you're like, I want to spend time with you, and I was like, that was sweet. I mean, it's so sweet. Like I mean, you'll never see it because you'll never be that way on camera, but just off camera, and that's all I care about, anyways. You're just so sweet.
You too.
Am I though?
Yes.
I don't know. Try to be more thoughtful.
You are. Once you know what I like, you support it. Once you know what I want, you immediately get it. I'm just like, okay. And we're just having the best time together. So.
I know, it's so much fun. Anyways, that was our.
And that's the main thing.
Engagement story. Yeah.
If you enjoy spending time with your partner, then it's real and it's good and it's like not. I don't know.
if you never get sick of them, I think you know it's real. Well, as we say in vibrations in my spiritual journey, it's like let your emotions be your guide. If you feel good, that means you're operating on a high frequency, and that's the vibration you should keep going with. And if you don't feel good, then you need to change the frequency. And I just feel good all the freaking time. And it's crazy. And I feel like we both changed frequency since we first met each other, because I feel like we were on totally different frequencies. And then all of a sudden it got tuned in together, and it was very weird. And it really is like universal and magical, because I was like, how did that happen? I'm not sure.
I think it's bigger than us, our connection.
Seriously.
We're back. These are the awkward moments. On camera.
Why?
Because we understand what's happening, they don't.
Okay. Okay. So, on that note,
We'll conclude our story.
love everyone. When I first met Moses, I thought the stupidest thing he could say was that you either love everyone or hate everyone. And I'm like, that's so dumb. Like, there's people I hate. But you know what I've learned through, I'm reading this new book called Because You've Chosen to Remember, and I love it because someone randomly signed me up for their mailing list, and I love it. And their big thing is like that we were created in love, and that we are love, and that we have to act in love, and like everything else, like anger, resentment, all that is like the ego's false sense of the world, because like we weren't created in that. We were created in love, and like you really do have to like love everyone and show everyone love. It's not that you have to like hang out with people like, you know, in the physical world. Like, it's not that. It's just more like show people love and like fill yourself up with love. And I was like, oh, that is actually, it's so funny. Like stuff we talked about at the very beginning of our relationship, where I'm like, you sound crazy, you sound dumb. It's like, wow, this is like full circle. And I feel like our spirits have connected that way. So on that note, to love everyone, love yourself, fill yourself up with so much love that it overflows to other people, and show love to everyone, especially those who don't show the kindest ways to you, because those are the people who need to love the most. And I know this because I was a hurt and wounded and angry and resentful person for so long, and I truly feel being loved than loving myself. I realized that like we need to show love to everybody in this world, and it really does heal, and love cures everything.
You deserve it.
Thanks. Anyways, that is Why were you laughing at me?
I'm like the audience. I'm so like mesmerized by what you say. I'm like,
Stop.
and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm here too. I'm supposed to say something.
Oh my god, no, now I'm Were you zoning out or something? Because you were laughing.
No, I'm mesmerized by it. Like I'm watching you say the things, and I'm like, oh wait, I need to be present.
Okay. Anyways, thanks.
Because I love hearing that you're saying that.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a big thing. It's a new thing that I get all the time in my thing, and I don't know who wrote it or whatever, but his is all about like love and like loving and created in love, and I really like take that to heart. So.
Thank
you. Thanks for
Nice to meet
watching
you.
our engagement love story. You are
My sunshine.
I'm Shelly. We were practicing kissing yesterday for our. Well, we'll do a whole video on that.
I
Yeah.
think that's why people also don't get, like, usually when you see us kissing, she has makeup on. And I try not to mix up your makeup. And then people feel like I'm not, like, you know.
No, we're just awkward.
Like, it's being professional.
That's why we're gonna. If you guys want to see a video, I was practicing yesterday. We're in the in the kitchen, and I'm like, we have to practice. And I was like literally showing him photos of how it needs to look, because we do just look so awkward kissing. But that's a part of the wedding that we can't skip, unfortunately.
No, why would we?
But we've also never been to make up a couple. I know this is like the longest thing ever, but we were watching Smash yesterday, and they were just like making out, and I was just like, Moses never ever, like even at the beginning, like never liked making out. Like it was just like straight to it.
I don't know, like, it's a whole different conversation.
You never
Like,
did, and
the
it was
makeup-
always like.
No, but we're always in each other's arms and stuff. It's not like, I don't know.
We don't really make out that much.
Like, I
You
don't know
never
why-
have been that person. There's some people who like need it, like that's their engine, you know what I mean? But then you're just like.
Is the making out just...
I mean, we do make out sometimes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like to me. I don't care either way. But it's like you never
I
been.
guess what is it? Like kissing? I mean, is it mostly?
Yeah,
kissing?
I remember at the very beginning you were just like not about it. You were just like you did
'Cause
not
it
like
takes me
kissing.
time to like kissing is so intimate. It takes time to get to that
I
place.
think sticking something in is more intimate. That's way dirtier to like, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. Kissing is not dirty. Like kissing is like the most show of love and affection.
It's pretty personal.
Like it's face to face. It's lips. It's
Some people say it's not cheating if they don't kiss.
like it's sacred. Like kissing is the most sacred thing. Like I wouldn't jump into kissing somebody. You know what I mean? Like let's say, like I don't know. Like maybe some people just like they love having sex. They love kissing regardless of who the person is. Maybe. But I'm not. Like for me, kissing has to be like
yeah, no, a lot of people
with
are
a
like
person
that.
like I really, really love and like it's.
Well, that was the
so-
whole thing in like Pretty Woman. She was like a hooker, but she never would kiss people on the lips. Like she was no kissing.
So that's me. I'm a hooker.
Well, in general, too, people like that. That is like something a lot of people like don't do. I guess it is like personal. I don't know. It's kind of.
But on the other side of things, I feel like because
This is such a lot.
no, but it's like the make it because we're always like cuddling and touchy and you know what I mean. Like it's,
Yeah,
it's,
you're a cuddler.
like there is a strong element of physical affection.
Yeah, yeah.
It just I don't know. It's just funny. Like what we saw yesterday in the film. They were just like constantly in the dressing room hiding somewhere and be like.
Yeah, it was all like a
Something
lot.
about it. Like how many people do you see do that in the?
Yeah, I never. There's some people do love it.
But we spend so much time, like, whether we sleep, cuddled, on
Yeah.
the sofa cuddled.
You love
or we
a cuddle
drive.
the most.
Like, my hands are always somewhere on you.
Okay. Just like that. Oh my god, okay. Well, thanks for watching our love story. Toda Raba. אני אוהבת אותך.
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 אני אוהב אותך.
אני אוהבת את משה.
אני אוהב את דרישה.
Rita? Little slice. All right. That's it. If you guys want to see more, I know you guys love seeing us together. So I know you're like more Trisha and Moses content. That's what we need. If you guys like Trisha and Moses content, I have like 5 channels, but I have a second channel where I vlog sometimes with him. But yeah, if you guys want to see more main channel videos, let us know. I don't even know what this channel's become sometimes, but it's a love story. And we're getting married soon, so if you want to see our wedding video, thumbs up this video.
Tom, leave a comment, share, and subscribe. Share every place to do that.
Our tiger is coming. We need to get prepared for the tiger. Okay. Thanks guys for watching. We didn't sing in Hebrew.
Are we supposed to?
Yeah, should we do it?
Which one?
Babe, you're the one that has to start it and I go.
שבו יהיו? Is that one?
שבו יהיו.
הילה של דור חיים.
No, I'm Sheldro. חיים Sheldro.
נצא מהארמון, נראה את העולם.
זה בטוח?
כמובן, שמחי עליי.
מה?
את בטחת בי?
כן. That was so fun. Thanks, baby. You did so good. That was so fun. I love when we speak Hebrew.
I'm gonna see my pants.
Oh, there's the pants. There's the fit check. Our tiger is here. Okay. That was a good time.